though, Ricky Lambert. And now Frank Lampard for England. England, this is good play. They're just calming things down, just taking the heat out of everything. Now Milner on the halfway line. Ball into Lampard. England must continue to pass and move here. Lampard now for Walcott. Again, he's come in from the far touchline. He's leaving Walker in a wider position. Walker taking on Conor Plianka. Walker for Walcott. Walcott looking for Lampard on the edge of the penalty area. Might break to Wilshere. Very tight for him. Wilshere was caught when he shot there, and the referee saw that one and gives England the free kick. Now this could be a chance for England with half-time approaching.
Good decision from the referee. Wilshere was caught a fraction late. Not overly seriously, but he waited to see if the ball found its target, and when it didn't, he decided to give the free kick. And this is 10 yards outside the penalty area. You can gauge that because the cut of the grass it's exactly 2 widths of grass outside, as well, maybe 12 yards outside. But I think Frank Lampard is lining this up to have a shot. He's got to hit the target. He's got to work the keeper from this distance.
Well, what a moment this could be for Lampard. 100 caps, 29 international goals, desperate to play at the World Cup next summer. Can he strike England in front almost on half-time here with this free kick? Centre, 30 yards out. It will take some doing. Ukraine with a yellow wall in the way. Piatov waits away to our left. Portuguese referee is ready, and here goes Frank Lampard, and it's taken a deflection, and it's rising over the bar, and it's going to be an England corner.
Clipped the top of the wall and went out for a corner, and again, opportunity for England. They've had quite a lot of corners and free kicks in this game. They've got to make the most of them. It's a real opportunity to try and nick something. In open play, haven't had a great deal of chances, so they must make the best of these.
Jagielka's taken up a position at the far post. Lambert's in the 6-yard area. Cahill's trying to lose his marker. Has scored important goals from set pieces in his career. Corner kick to England. Near side wasn't great. Defender makes a hash of the clearance. And now Gerrard has a better angle to play this ball back in again. Piatov got a fist to it. Cahill couldn't collect it on the edge of the area. Pushed the player over, but the referee's played an advantage. This is dangerous for England because Ukraine are on the counter-attack until Milner comes across with a scything challenge, and we're going to play 1 minute of added time here. We're already into that. We've played 35 seconds of added time. Ukraine's ball in straight to Joe Hart. So time almost up at the end of the first half. England have had some reasonable moments at the other end of the field. Just the final pass sometimes letting them down. And as we approach half-time on 5 Live in Kiev, it's Ukraine 0, England 0. Lambert now receiving from Hart. Chests the ball down to Walcott. Oh no, there goes the whistle. I was going to say one more chance for England, but the Portuguese referee blows up the half-time score. Well, England are halfway to what would be a very reasonable result here, but still an awful lot of football to be played. It's Ukraine 0, England 0.
Danny, the Americans love Jeopardy in their TV programmes because it gives the viewer reason to watch because they don't know what's going to happen. This game's got that all over it, hasn't it? I mean, all 3 results are still very possible.
Oh, definitely. And we always knew it was going to be pretty tight. It's been frantic at times. It's been a little bit end-to-end. The ball has bobbled around in both boxes. Not too many clear-cut chances. There was the half chance from Zazoulia where, had he have hit that first time, I think Joe Hart could have been in trouble, and that was really England's own doing, giving the ball away. I think England have played pretty well after that first onslaught in the first 10 minutes. I think Ashley Cole has played really, really well, you know, shown all his experience. Cahill has been good at the back. I think obviously Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard have been good. Ricky Lambert's been isolated at times. But I think James Milner has also thoroughly justified his selection in the side.
The left-hand side is working much more effectively than the right-hand side, isn't it? The Milner-Cole combination more than the Walker-Walcott one.
I think down this left-hand side, you've got experience. Ashley Cole is a magnificent defender, a great footballer. James Milner helping him out at every opportunity. There was just one moment where they got caught out, a little bit of communication. But on the right-hand side, Walcott wants to stay higher up the pitch. And I just think in the first maybe 10-15 minutes, Walker just looks a little bit nervous on a couple of occasions. And, you know, he's grown into it and he has got a little bit better. But I think Roy will just need to calm him down at half-time, and apart from that, I think England have done okay. Not been brilliant, but they've done all right up till now, and I think Roy will be reasonably pleased.
And this would suit England down to the ground. A draw here, followed by 2 home victories, would see England qualify for the World Cup. So that's always to keep uppermost in the mind, that a point here would be a very good result for England, and they're halfway there. 0-0 here at half-time in Kiev. Let's go around the other grounds then, starting with Ian Brown, where it's not going Wales' way this evening.
No doom and gloom again, I'm afraid. Just half-time here in Cardiff, and it's Wales 0, Serbia 2. The first goal came after just 8 minutes. Juricic with the initial header, saved by Myhill, but he palmed it straight up into the air and then was out-jumped by Filip Djordjevic, who headed deep into the net. Wales have tried to play a short passing game, but technically they've been lacking very badly at key times. Ivanovic should have made it 2-0 with a free header. Fazia was then denied by Myhill, but the second goal for Serbia came via the left foot of Alexander Kolarov, a real thunderbolt from 30 yards. That came shortly after Wales had been disrupted by Aaron Ramsey, needing lengthy treatment on the sidelines after being fouled by Radovanovic. Contact was actually off the field of play. Ramsey was bruised and grazed after falling on the hard surface surrounding the pitch, but he was able to continue. But the second goal came seconds later. Wales have no one to match the quality of Lazar Markovic, unless of course they bring on their number 17 in the second half, Mr. Bale or something. We watch and we wonder.
He's quite good apparently, isn't he? Give him a run. Let's see. Not going Wales' way. Same group, ready for Scythe in Skopje.
Yeah, it's very comfortable for Scotland. If you didn't know which team was the home side here, you would be picking Gordon Strachan's men. They've had the great bulk of the possession. It was 60-40 at half-time there. They've had almost all the chances, only a very late one in the first half for Macedonia, breaking the monotony as it is for the home support. Now, having said that, it's always a worry when you dominate so much as Scotland are doing at this level of football and you don't in fact take the chances. This is not a counter-attacking game by Scotland. Scotland have been pressing all the way, quite impressively I must say, but how they miss Kenny Miller, how they miss Stephen Fletcher, how they wish Mr. Bale might be a Scot, but that's all that's needed here to turn this into an excellent performance.
And we go from Skopje to Luxembourg, and Alistair Bruce Ball.
16 minutes into the second half, it's Luxembourg 1, Northern Ireland 1. Hugely disappointing performance from Northern Ireland so far this evening. At the start of this second half, Luxembourg have been piling the pressure on, looking for that second goal. Northern Ireland scored first. It came against the run of play early in the game. Martin Patterson got that one. It was a good goal, but they've been so poor in possession this evening, giving the ball away, and somehow got themselves caught on the break in the very last minute of the first half. Northern Ireland had a corner, didn't leave enough players back. Luxembourg got their goal on the break from Joachim, and now Luxembourg piling on the pressure. Remember, Luxembourg have only ever won 3 World Cup qualifiers in 121 attempts. I think they sense a historic 4th win possibly tonight. Northern Ireland having a better last 5 minutes or so. Michael O'Neill absolutely furious on the sidelines. Not good so far tonight from Northern Ireland. Luxembourg 1, Northern Ireland 1. We've got just under half an hour to play.
And it's 0-0 here in Kiev at half-time between Ukraine and England. Full second half commentary to come after the news with Carissa Chatterton.
On digital radio, digital TV, mobile and online.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
A UN Security Council meeting to discuss Syria has been cancelled at the request of Russia. Britain, France and the US were planning to table a motion demanding that Syria surrender its chemical weapons and threatening military action if it doesn't. Russia says Syria will only give up chemical weapons if the US agrees not to use force. Our correspondent Nick Bryant is in New York.
There was a sense that UN Security Council meeting would really reiterate some of the blockages, some of the problems that have existed between Russia and the other permanent members, Britain, France and America on the other. So perhaps the Russians just thought there's no point in the UN Security Council meeting at the moment because there's no chance of us reaching agreement.
Coronation Street star Michael Lavelle has been found not guilty of all charges of child sex abuse. The actor who plays Kevin Webster was cleared of 12 charges, including 5 of rape at Manchester Crown Court earlier this afternoon. Kevin O'Sullivan is a TV critic from the Sunday Mirror.
He's completely innocent, and yet today, if you read the front page of the Mirror, the headline was from his lawyer saying he's a weak man, a drunk man, a stupid man, but he's not a child rapist. So there are elements of this that seem so chronically unfair. To have that said about you all over the front page of a newspaper when you've done nothing wrong. So the poor guy has really been through the mill.
A man suspected of killing a British woman in Turkey is being held in police custody. 56-year-old Catherine Berry, who's also known as Anne and was from North Yorkshire, was shot at her holiday villa in the resort of Dalian. Her son and mother were also hurt in the shootings. Tesco has agreed a deal to sell the majority of its American chain Fresh and Easy. 150 stores and the production site in California will be taken over by a US investment firm. And in a tweet, David Cameron's thanked those who noticed he's worn glasses for the first time in public. The Prime Minister used them to read documents while appearing before a committee of MPs. Time for a look at the travel, and the M1 northbound is still closed between junction 26 for Nottingham and junction 28 for Alfreton. It's because of a police incident. There are queues in the area and a diversion in operation using the hollow black triangle. In Essex, the M11 northbound, about 3 miles south of junction 8, there's a broken down lorry which is having a tyre change. And do expect some disruption to flights to and from France and other European destinations because of industrial action by air traffic control workers in France. Passengers are being advised to check with their airline before they travel. Carissa Chatterton, 5 Live Travel.
Summer's long political break already seems a fading memory. The Syria crisis made sure of that. Now all the parties are back at work.
John Pienaar.
Question Time, Extra Time is back after the summer recess.
Stephen Nolan.
We'll discuss the biggest political stories, interview guests, plus we'll simulcast Question Time.
And continue the debate here on 5 Live.
Question Time, Extra Time.
Thursday night from 10
on 5 Live.
5 Live Sport.
World Cup qualifier. Ukraine take on England.
Half-time here in Kiev, 0-0. That'll do for England. A point will be very, very useful. And when it's all over at 10 o'clock tonight, Kelly Cates and Robbie Savage will be here with 6:06. And the lines are open now, 0500 909 693, 85058 on the text. Not just England, of course, but Wales losing at home at the moment to Serbia. Scotland, who are playing in Macedonia. And Northern Ireland, of course, who are playing against Luxembourg. The lines open now for 6:06. The rest of the day's sports news. Felipe Massa has tweeted that he'll leave Ferrari at the end of the season. He said, "I'd like to thank the team for all the victories and incredible moments experienced together." Kimi Räikkönen of Lotus is the favourite to replace Massa, but Sauber's Nico Hülkenberg is still in the running. Germany's Thomas Bach has been elected as the new president of the International Olympic Committee in Buenos Aires. Bach's a German lawyer who won a gold medal in the 1976 Olympics for fencing. And top flight English and rugby